welcome to episode 17, a very special show we got for you guys and girls today because we aren't recording on our usual schedule. We usually record this on Wednesday mornings, but we are now recording this on Thursday afternoon.
Yes.
Because we are celebrating something very, very special. Our good pal over here, Mr. Guillermo. Congratulations, bro. You are now an engineer.
Yes, I am. Hey, guys, the internet knows now.
The internet knows that you
officially
are now
an engineer. Yeah, I'm officially an engineer in mechatronics, which is a very intense name for a not that intense career. Just electronics and mechanics. Nothing, it's not rocket science, which there are engineers in rocket science.
Yeah.
So, I'm not one of those. I'm just an electronical and mechanical engineer. With a little bit of programming knowledge here and there, which is what I'm trying to, actually tap into. Yeah. And I'm an engineer. So thank you, buddy.
So that's why we couldn't record yesterday, because
it happened to be my graduation.
It happened to be this dude's graduation here. And not only that, but you graduated with honors.
I did.
Well,
I did.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. And what better way to celebrate that than with video games?
Of course.
Right? Video games. So, this podcast is part of Gaming Frontier's YouTube channel, where you can find gaming-related stuff throughout the week.
That's absolutely
The Gaming Frontier podcast is a weekly show where the two of us discuss always the latest news in the gaming industry, our thoughts, predictions, and in short, everything that relates in some other way to gaming, video games, and this beautiful entertainment media that we love.
Right.
So, my fellow engineer.
Yeah, finally.
What do you think about Overwatch? Let's begin this show with a game that we are kind of addicted to in many, many ways. If you follow us on our channel, you've seen that we posted some stuff about Overwatch recently. We love that game a bit. And we already got the game. You've been playing it. I haven't, because I just got the game.
You just got it. Literally.
Today. But you've been playing that since Monday evening? Midnight?
Or
Tuesday?
No, Tuesday morning-ish.
Okay.
Evening.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been playing the game for a while. A little while, not long. Long enough for me to get to level 10. Around level 10. Around level 12, maybe. I've been playing it. And I gotta say, I was actually mentioning this to you earlier. When I played the beta, I had a good time. I liked the game. But that was it, right? I had a good time, and that there was not much else that I could say about it. I think the mechanics were great. The characters were great. They had personality. They had a lot of variation in their abilities, and the game shaped up to be a good one, a fun one. And then I watched all of the animated shorts, and that really hyped me up to an entirely new level. And then I got the game based on that. And, all the background story that you can find on Overwatch, on playoverwatch.com. Check that out. All of the, little bits of pieces of info for each character and each hero. It's right there, and it's very interesting, a very good read. I read all that, and then I got the game. And now with this new context, knowing a little bit more about the story, I don't know. It's in a way a substitution for the single player, for the campaign, because you don't have that in the game. Sadly, I still think every game should have at least some sort of single player aspect to it. But that in a way substituted it, and having that context really gives the player yourself a very different a very different view of the game, a very different mirror to see the game through. And I'm really enjoying it a lot more. Now I'm actually loving the game. I'm addicted to it. I've been playing it nonstop ever since Tuesday, 2 days now. And I really like all of the heroes. I really like the interactions you can have with the team, with the rest of the team, the interactions you can have with other characters amongst themselves, the game modes, all the maps. I haven't had this much excitement and fun with a game with this type of game, at least, ever since TF2, probably around 5 years ago, when I was really into it. And it's very fun to play. Really, really fun to play. The prospect of having more heroes coming soon or coming at later dates in the future. It's very interesting, very promising. I'm really excited to see them because, again, Blizzard was able to craft a game with enough characters that are very vastly different amongst each other. So I want to see more of this uniqueness, more additions that are just as unique as these guys are. And there's no hero that feels weak or that feels unnecessary or useless. They all have their very unique and good qualities to them that makes the game a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And I'm really, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it a lot.
That's awesome. I'm so hyped right now because I know that at this very moment at my place I have a sealed copy of the game sitting there and waiting for me, and I'm just waiting for this to I'm just waiting to get over with this and just run home,
run and play,
and get the installation going on the game. Yeah, I mean,
oh, that's right.
I can only judge this from the beta, but something that really stood out for me when comparing this to other shooters and other games in the genre is that the game has 12 maps, right?
Yeah.
But to me, that isn't much really. But all 12 maps felt great to me, and that's something that very few shooters achieve. I can't even think right now of a game where I loved every single map that was in it.
Call of Duty 4?
Not every single one.
Not every one?
No.
Not every single one?
Most of them, but not everyone. Not every map in there. And Overwatch, I did. I loved all 12 maps while playing through it, and that's an achievement to me. That's something. Really. And I'm just excited to get home and play that. Let's change something because if we keep talking about Overwatch, I'm just gonna get up and
quit and just leave and play.
Yeah. Absolutely. So guys, Overwatch is out now.
Yeah.
Go and play that.
Yes.
We are playing on both consoles.
Yeah.
So you can join us in a match, and maybe you will be featured in one of our
videos, our highlights.
In our best place when we shoot you on the game with a headshot.
We're that good.
If you see your gamer tag or your PSN ID on the screen getting shot, sorry, dude.
That's us. I'm sorry, guys.
That's us. Yeah.
But add us or look for us on either PSN and Xbox Live, and we'll be there. We'll be playing Overwatch for quite a while.
A lot of that. We'll be playing a lot of that over the next weeks and months.
Probably.
Definitely. So very, very excited about that. And with that, let's jump to news and announcements of these past few days.
Yeah.
I want to start with Batman.
Okay.
Did you play any of the Batman Arkham
None
games?
of them. It's one of my big musts.
Yeah, the same for me. And for me, it's even funnier because I own the games.
Oh, wow.
I have a copy of all of those. But I haven't got the time to sit down and play all of them.
Right.
So, the backlog of games I have in my place to just waiting for me to play is so damn big.
Yeah.
And then Overwatch comes by.
Of course.
And a few other games that are going to be releasing this coming months and stuff. But I've been looking for some time to play these games, and now Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Really?
Yeah, they'll be packaged together under Batman Return to Arkham.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's a special kind of definitive
we actually
edition.
talked a little bit about it a few weeks back.
Yeah, when the news
surfaced,
initially.
that rumor.
But now
it's official.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very official. They're launching on July, I think.
Cool.
And funny thing is that I read on a news report of this, is that they look nice. They look better than on the PS3 and 360, than the 360 versions, but they kinda look not as good as the original PC versions of those games.
Oh, okay.
And that's
gotcha.
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I get that a PC, you can make a PC as beastly as you can, but people are getting a bit of mixed reaction on this.
Right.
I don't know. Are you planning on getting this one? Do you own these games by any chance?
That's what I wanted to get to. I was going to mock you for having them and not playing them, but I think I might have them on my Steam account. I just might. I don't. I have
You got them
so
on a
many
sale.
games in there that I no idea what I've got anymore.
Yeah.
I might have them there, at least some of them. And if I do, then I wouldn't see the need for me to, go back and play them. Especially when you're, re-releases, again, we've talked about this before. I'm not much a pro of them. I think they're unnecessary. Even more so now with, backwards compatibility and all that. If you want to make a remaster, okay, I can see the appeal. I can see why. But, I don't know. I'm not much into remaster. So I would rather do what you have. Like, go and buy them for the 360 and then play them on my 360 that's just sitting there.
And they're cheaper. Also.
And it's cheaper, exactly. Yeah. And, if not, I can buy them on my PC. My PC is fairly capable of running them, so I should be able to play them without much,
hassle.
Yeah, exactly. So I would rather do that and, spend a lot less money than to go out and buy, what's this? It's a full retail price, $60.
I'm not sure of that, but yeah.
I would assume it is.
Seems like that.
Yeah, spending $60 into, a game that you can get, both games that you can get for less than $15 or $20 in Steam or in a Humble Bundle somewhere, or, somewhere else. I would do that rather than buying spending so much money into games that I can get anywhere else for a much lower price.
Yeah, right there with you. I mean, it's cool, I guess, for many people.
Sure.
Not for me, because I really own the games. Funny thing is, Batman Arkham Origins isn't included.
Yeah.
So it's more like a Batman return to Rocksteady edition, right? Because Origins isn't in this deal. That's odd to me.
Yeah.
That's very, very odd. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't get the reasoning behind this, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, to be a little positive about it, is that they're good games. They're very good games. They're very fun games to play, and I've heard from people that played the games that they are very good.
They're very beloved by many people.
Exactly. It's a very cool telling of the story of the Batman, and a very, in a way, different. Nothing like the movies of late have shown. Something unique, something different. And I know Mark Hamill, it's the voice of the Joker in these games, and Mark Hamill is an amazing actor, and I really love him. Not just because he's Luke, because he is the animated Batman series Joker's voice. And he meant a lot to me when I was little.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that, but that's very interesting. That's cool. Yeah, these games have a very large following.
Yeah,
because they kind of prove that you can make an awesome title out of a licensed franchise.
Of course, yeah.
And well,
one of the few, right?
Not the first one, right? Because GoldenEye and
stuff. Of course, yeah.
But they are one of the best ones definitely out there.
And of the few that actually managed to make a good game adaptation out of a movie.
Yeah, out of a movie
or a series,
of a licensed
IP,
of course, right? So that's awesome. And if you haven't played those, you should keep them. You should keep them in sight for the coming months. Also, to keep in sight, E3, a big show, kind of a big show, right?
Sort of.
E3,
sort of. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So E3, of course, you know what E3 is, and if you don't, E3 is the Electronic Entertainment Expo. The three E's, the triple E.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the biggest deal press-wise in the game industry all throughout the year.
Absolutely.
That's a show where the big ones go out in their big media presentations and show everything. Like, show their big guns and what they are coming out with this year and next year, and show new hardware, show new demos, reveal new games, and all this crazy fun stuff, right?
It's a great time for gamers and gaming in general.
It's Christmas for gamers.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's super cool. So E3 has been traditionally a press-only event.
Yeah.
And recently, there's kind of been a backlash against that, because many companies are getting out of that and doing their own thing. So now, E3, the people behind, the people from E3, the ESA, the Entertainment Software Association,
right,
they just announced that they are going to be doing their first E3 public event.
Oh, really?
So they're going to be having like a separate expo just on the next building of the convention center, of the LA Convention Center. They're going to be having an expo open to the public just beside that, and it's tickets are being sold already, and they are being sold on a first come first serve basis. So you can get your tickets now. And if you're in the LA area, and get on that show and play some games.
Right.
Some of the games being demoed at E3. Which games? no idea yet. Not much info has been revealed as of now, but what we can guess is that many companies present at E3 at the press event are going to be present also at this one.
Right. So it's a separate geographic places. Yeah. It's okay.
It's just beside the main thing.
Okay, somewhere in between EA Play and the Expo regular plays and okay. Cool. That makes this geographic location sort of like a hub for gaming during this week. A little bit of a district for gaming, if you may, with a lot of places you can play games at and stuff. It's cool. I think it's a nice gesture.
Yeah.
And it's also it's a two-sided blade without a bad side, because you get some of the pressure is relieved from the E3 Expo area, and that stays only for press. And now you have people playing or trying out the games elsewhere without filling more space in the regular show floor, and that's good for press and good for people because they also try the games and whatnot. So it's a good idea. I think it's cool.
I think this just points towards E3 moving more towards the Gamescom thing, towards the Gamescom route, going more public live, public open event. But I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one because just put yourself on the perspective of a publisher, of a studio. Now you gotta set up 2 booths, right?
Yeah.
Which costs money and time, and it's complicated. So you're gonna either have your big thing on the E3 or at the E3 public event. So if you're gonna set up, like, for instance, Nintendo's gonna be setting up this big The Legend of Zelda Land at E3. Now you gotta do it twice at the same time, or just go all in on one, and the other one just not be there, or just be there a bit more bare bones wise, right? So I think logistics wise, this makes things more complicated. For
more
many,
of a nightmare.
For many publishers, especially smaller publishers and smaller studios. Imagine indies. just imagine for an indie just going to the event, and now you gotta choose. Do you go to the press event or you go to the public event?
Well, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having the choice, because if you go to how it is prior to now, you only had that one choice, right? You only had the choice of showing it to press. Now you have an option.
But you had all the attention on that one thing,
right?
And now you gotta choose between both.
Well, you could argue you still have, because I mean the press is still just gonna attend the press only booths. And
are they?
Well, I would assume most of them will, because trying to get a spot for playing a game where the general public is, it's gonna be more of a nightmare for them to go there and make longer lines, longer waiting times than actually doing it at the press only thing.
But also the gaming press wants to cover everything, so they gotta go to the other events as well, because there may be stuff from smaller publishers on there that couldn't get on this big event. So me as a gaming journalist, I want to cover everything on my side. So I gotta go to both. So I don't know. I to me this
tricky.
This just adds a layer of complicated that wasn't there before. Even if before wasn't convenient, it was rather simple, right? You have one show and that's it.
Right.
Even if it was closed up to the public and complicated to get inside for people and stuff, it was one thing. Now there is this E3 thing. There's the public event for E3. There's EA Play.
Yeah.
There's people just doing their separate things, and it's
getting complicated and convoluted. But I don't know. I still think that having the choice and having the option, it's always a good thing. It's always. I'd rather have that than they, instantiating it as a must now, or as a what, E3 is going to be public from now on, and I think that would create more chaos than what it wants or it strives to solve. I don't know. I think it's a good step. It's a step in the right direction. Yeah, absolutely. But even then, I mean, Gamescom, it's been a public event for years now, so it's an established thing. When you go there, you know what to expect.
Yeah.
When you go to E3, you might not be expecting a change this big if they do a big change like this. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I think if you're a smaller developer, you might find yourself struggling deciding which booth to attend to, and I understand that, and I mean we leave it on first person daily in a way in the studio, but it's also a gamble that you play with. You want to appeal to people, you want people to see the game, or you want the press to see it, and then the coverage, it's the one that you want to send to the world. I mean, it's just a thing of peeking aside, maybe.
I think that E3 is going the Gamescom route, but they are going that way slowly, and I think this is a way of them testing the waters for a big public thing for maybe next year. Because as you mentioned, it's very tough to just go all out with a big change in 1 year if you don't have people anticipating that. So I guess I think that this is the first signs of E3 showing their message. I mean, not showing, changing their message and changing the way they deliver the show.
It could be
in a way, and let's see how this rolls out.
Yeah,
but for us, for people that are not attending the show, it's gonna be mostly the same for us.
Yeah, sure.
Because we're gonna get coverage everywhere,
yeah,
and we're gonna get the same conferences as per usual, except for Nintendo.
Yeah.
So it seems. And Nintendo, what the hell are you doing? But anyway, I don't want to get into Nintendo. Oh crap! The next news story is Nintendo. It's from Nintendo.
Oh boy.
So Nintendo, the big N.
Yeah.
I want to talk about you on Nintendo. No, not a who. Well, a new rumor from Nintendo, because Nintendo just doesn't get that if we are getting rumors after rumors after rumors, it's time for you, man, to just
start confirming stuff
and start and just show
what
the hell are you doing. So
apparently
we know about the NX. I mean, not about what it is, but we know that it exists. That it is a thing.
Yeah,
we think, right? But it is a thing that Nintendo's working on, and that we have no idea what it is, and that we have no idea also when we're gonna be hearing about it. Well, we know it's a thing coming out next year, so it seems.
March.
So it seems.
2017, hopefully.
So it seems. So, also with the NX, there's a rumor that Nintendo is developing a new handheld called the MH, as in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
So,
as in manual hand.
Monster MH. So new handheld from Nintendo. Nothing at all with that. Just
Master Hand.
Master. Oh, could be.
Could be. Yeah.
So just a code name of a new handheld,
of course,
apparently. Yeah. So why is this important? Because we know that the NX. I mean, we're not know, but we've heard some rumors about the NX being this hybrid between a home console and handheld. But now there's this rumor that Nintendo is making a handheld device called the MH. So what does this mean? So is this the NX but in a handheld, or is this a totally different thing?
Well, if it is a totally different thing, and this is the real successor to the 3DS, then that might debunk the rumors of the NX being a hybrid.
Could be, or not. I don't know.
Nintendo's... But there's so many branches to this, and sadly, most of them seem not right. I mean, the best one for me, the most logical for me would be to, the NX not being a hybrid, just being a console, the next Nintendo console, being innovative and being different in, Nintendo's way, and, being unique. And then this MH being the successor of the 3DS, which is already a good enough, old enough console for it to be, renewed and having a successor. Yeah. It's an old console. I mean, it's doing great. It's been doing great for years now, and it's really the pivotal stone that Nintendo is now holding to, because that's the moneymaker for them right now. Amiibos, of course. Yeah, absolutely right. So I would assume that a new handheld, it's a good idea at this point, at least to start thinking about the new handheld, the one that's gonna surpass the 3DS, the one that's gonna be able to caught up with the technology, caught up with the hardware, run more impressive handheld games, all this, we've seen glimpses of it with Monster Hunter, for instance. With the new 3DS, you require more horsepower, you require more, better hardware for it to run. And I can see more mobile-ish game or smaller games slowly but steadily getting more robust, and for them to require better hardware, it would seem, and it would point to Nintendo going that route, to the route of having a better, smaller, better handheld console. Mm-hmm. Of course, it would have to still be a handheld and be restrained towards that constricting limits and bounds that handheld gaming has and always has had. And leave the NX as a big home console with the power to actually run big third-party games. And, just be a console. Just be a regular console. No handheld part, no hybrid. And that would be my assumption. That would be my guess, I think. That would be the best route I can think for Nintendo to follow. And, that's what I can say. I remember I read somewhere yesterday or Monday that they, after the rumor came out, they just said that, this handheld is just a prototype. There's nothing official. There's nothing. But again, as you mentioned beforehand, Nintendo is great at denying rumors. And they usually wind up happening anyway. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
To be fair, I have no idea what Nintendo must do now. I don't know what to say about this, really. It's just, things are getting just too complicated for Nintendo. I mean, I don't even know what to do with our studio and our game that we're trying to sell and get out there for people. Even less for Nintendo. Right? Nintendo, that's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore what they should do, and I think they're in a very tough spot.
Yeah. Thing is, they buried themselves there by their own hand. I mean, there's no one more guilty in putting Nintendo where it is right now than Nintendo.
And how do you get out of there?
Exactly.
How?
Yeah. That's the question. That's what they should be asking themselves. Not if they should bring a new handheld. Not if the NX is hybrid or not. Not if it has touch screen controllers or not. They should be thinking very much long term how they're gonna get Nintendo out of the hole that it is right now. That's the important thing, because if they keep going the way they are, they're gonna end up like another Sega, like another big name that went down and hit the ground, and that would be a very sad day for gaming. That would really be a very sad game for the gaming if Nintendo goes down. And I mean, that's far and that's still a long ways ahead. But if they keep going the way they are right now, it might happen. Might happen.
They are disappointing many of their old school, long-time fans in many ways, including me, to be honest, in many, many different ways. And it's not that I hate them or like I don't care about them. I do a lot.
Sure.
But it's I'm worried about them. I mean, how can you go to E3 with one show, with one game?
Yeah.
And that's a very bad sign. And now we don't know anything about the NX. Nothing at all. Just that it's not getting released this year, and you don't have any other game. You don't have any game.
Zelda, yeah.
Zelda next year.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
You only have Paper Mario for the Wii U this year. And I think the Fire Emblem thing crossed.
Oh, that's right.
Or was that released? I don't know. That's a very niche game.
Yeah.
So, for a broader audience, it's just Paper Mario.
Yeah, that and Mario in the Olympics.
For 7-8 months? Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's super awful.
That's how deep in the hole they are.
That's awful. That's awful. That's terrible. That's the worst I've seen from them forever. Yeah. This is the worst situation I've ever seen Nintendo in my life.
Yeah.
And they're coming up with the NX. We don't know nothing about it. We are not even excited about the NX. We're worried.
Yeah.
I'm more worried than excited about that thing.
Yeah.
Now MH, and what's that? It's oh my god, it's complicated. It's difficult. It's difficult to stay positive on Nintendo right now, and that's a shame, because I think if there is a company in gaming that has beloved franchises, that has properties that I love, that's Nintendo.
That's Nintendo, yeah.
But they're not doing anything with many of them. And that's the shame, right? That's the wrong thing. And I have no idea what.
They have the tools to get out of there, man. They have all the franchises, all the names, all the characters, all the stories to get out of this situation. They're just not tapping into them.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not in a company. I don't understand their internal thought processes and their discussions and their meetings. But I don't know what is keeping them from just exploiting Metroid. I mean, not exploiting, not in a bad sense, but using the franchise.
Right.
Metroid and Star Fox. I mean, well, yeah, they did release a Star Fox game, but where's your online multiplayer?
It's not the best Star Fox game there is.
And your F-Zero game. Where's the F-Zero game? People are demanding an F-Zero game, but Guillermo said that they didn't want to. They didn't want to launch an F-Zero because they don't know what to do with it, how to change it.
Don't.
How to innovate it.
Right.
What?
Why?
Why do you want to innovate a game that it's always been good, right? Did you see Epic changing Gears of War with every iteration? No, they just made them better.
Yeah,
and that's it. Same for Halo. They just made them better. It's the same thing but better. Add 1-2 things here and there, but just make it better. Same for Call of Duty. Same for everything. Uncharted,
sure.
Same for everything, and that's
God of War, Mass Effect.
Just made them better.
And Metal Gear, yeah.
And you have a big fan base of all of them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it infuriates me. But anyways, I don't want to turn this podcast, this show into a young old dudes, depending what's your age, right? Depending on I don't want to turn this show into young old dudes rambling about and complaining and getting all sad and depressed on Thursday afternoon about
the therapy. A therapy. It should be happy. It should be.
And we're celebrating your graduation.
Yeah,
so
I know.
let's change the tone into something more positive. Rocket League.
Great. Cool. Yes.
Rocket League.
Nice.
That's a damn awesome.
Great game.
You know what? We should play that today because we're getting together after the show at our friend's place to play.
That's right.
To play some Black Ops Zombies.
Yeah.
We should play Rocket League. I want to play that one.
Yeah.
I want to play that one. Let's play a bit of Rocket League. And now it's getting cross-platform play. Yeah, cross-platform play on the Xbox One and PC.
Yeah.
So before it had cross-platform play with the PS4 and PC.
Yeah.
Now Xbox One and PC.
Yeah.
So we have like a triangle that's just missing one line. It's missing one line.
Yes.
And this is super cool. I can't wait for someone to come out and say, and have these two logos, have the Xbox One logo and the PS4 logo and the line.
Just draw the line, man. Just draw the line. Yeah. Yeah. It's and I love the Rocket League guys for this. I love that they really, almost single-handed. You almost killed the camera. Yeah?
I got scared by this camera because there's a camera behind me, and I just stretched back and I hit it
right in the lens. Right, it's not working anymore. You're gonna have to pay for that.
Nobody noticed.
Everyone on the internet noticed. But yeah, I love the Rocket League guys. They really almost single-handedly push this cross-network thing all the way to the end. And they were almost the first ones to say that it was possible, that they wanted to try it, and that they were ready to do it whenever the Microsoft and Sony gave the word. And I feel it's obviously not yet as of today, as of May the 26th, is not yet a reality, but I can feel it in the distance. I can see it coming anytime now, any moment now. They're gonna say, you know what, okay, do it, and start playing with PS4 guys and Xbox guys at the same time. I'm excited for it.
I want this for Overwatch.
Oh yeah, I know. I want this for all the games, for Call of Duty, for Overwatch, for everything, for Battlefield, of course. Yeah, this is it has such a bright future ahead of it. That's the good news we needed. That's the happy news we were after.
This is so exciting. I just want this to move forward and get more stuff on this, and I'm very positive on this news. This is something that I think the gaming industry kind of needed in a way, just to unite people more and have player bases.
Yeah, like it or not, console wars have divided, players for a long time, even before the Xbox One and PS4 ever came out.
And
360, Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo have always had that competition that is healthy when it's on the bigger terms on the company picture. But when it comes to gaming and to the gamers, it's always been divisive, and it's always been a very corrosive thing that I've never understood, and I've never seen the sense in it.
Console wars should exist on corporate level
basis,
in the sense of getting exclusive content being developed for your platform and getting exclusive features. For instance, like the Kinect. Even though many of us, including myself, we don't love the Kinect, we don't care about it. That's the kind of stuff. I mean, I get what Microsoft was trying to do. Just have something different, a twist on your platform. Even if it wasn't worth the extra $100, I like that they tried something different. And
absolutely,
I think that's how competition should work.
Yeah,
in console manufacturers trying different stuff, doing different things on your platform that you can only do, like the PlayStation having the share button on your controller, making it easier for people to record stuff. Microsoft doing the Kinect thing.
Yeah, we using the motion controllers for the first time in a big console for the masses.
The Xbox was using the rumble trigger, so now maybe I wanna play like shooter on the Xbox rather than the PS4 because I like my finger vibrating.
Sure,
right? Yeah, that sounds weird, right? But you get my point.
Yeah.
Or racing games, having the feedback on my fingers.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I like that's a unique feature. Or I like the PlayStation's touchpad because it allows me to do special moves easier just by swiping a finger on an extra pad.
Sure, or even the PS Move with the the color-coded handles and stuff.
Exactly. That and the exclusives are what should make a console wars. Not the people, not the consumers.
Yeah.
Not us arguing about which platform is better. I mean, we can have a healthy, normal discussion about why. I don't know. For instance, just putting a supposed discussion. Maybe you arguing why you think the Xbox One is better than the PS4, and maybe me showing you, well, I think the PS4 is better because of this.
Right.
But
yeah.
Just having that discussion and enjoying both. What the hell? Of
course, yeah.
Right? I think the PS4 is better, but man, Quantum Break on the Xbox One, Rare Replay, Sunset Overdrive, Halo 5, which by the way, I want to get Halo 5 to play some multiplayer with you, definitely.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff is very, very healthy. And you getting Ratchet and Clank and Bloodborne doing some co-op.
God of War, of course,
right?
Bloodborne,
and
of course.
That kind of stuff, it's always very, very healthy to enjoy both stuff. And if you don't have money to get both consoles, I mean, that's understandable, right? But there's no need for you to just justify your purchase by putting down the other. That's just stupid. And I love that these platforms, the idea of these platforms moving forward into territory that they can share.
Yeah.
Which is cross-platform. I think that's super, super cool.
Yeah, and what's great about it is that you don't have to compromise all the other things that make you unique. You still have your exclusives. You still have all your different, the PS Move, the Kinect, all
the
this
share button, the
things,
rumble triggers, that kind of stuff.
And that still makes your console unique, and still it's a strong enough argument for people to to choose a platform of their preference.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you cannot share the games that you both own that are the same game. It's the same software.
It's the same thing.
It's just an addition, and that's what I love about this. That's what I love about the cross-network thing. It's a long time coming, and I think it's finally coming, and I'm very happy about it.
I'm super happy. Do you think we'll be seeing something at E3 about this one?
Hopefully.
But do you think we will?
I
want to, but I don't want to step up my hopes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we will. I actually think we will. Maybe not for something we would like. Like, I don't think a Call of Duty is coming or a Battlefield is coming.
Overwatch, man. Come on.
I really think it's very hard for them to have such a big game.
Oh, did you read the Overwatch FAQ? There was an FAQ when the beta was running. And I read it. And it said... And one of the frequently asked questions was, is there cross-platform play between
PS4
and Xbox One?
Uh-huh.
And the answer was, Overwatch will not support cross-platform between the Xbox One and PS4 during the beta or at launch. Just that.
Okay.
At launch.
At launch, right.
It said at launch. That's the key thing. Whenever I was
Right.
okay, at launch. That's careful wording right there.
Yes, yeah.
Because they said at launch,
I
but
didn't
they didn't add. They didn't outright deny like ever.
Right.
It didn't say no cross platform playing between Xbox One and
Period,
PS4.
right.
They said no cross. I always struggle with cross platform playing. They didn't say no cross platform play between Xbox One and PS4.
Right.
At launch, that's what they said.
Yeah.
They said no cross platform.
They didn't
play
say anything about
at launch.
post launch,
Exactly.
about afterwards.
And I don't know if that fact is still live, but I read that when the beta was running,
Cool.
and I was
okay.
like,
That gives hope.
Immediately caught my eye, that one, and that's
Especially because they decided to add that question. It's not like facts are made by people. Facts, the FAQs are made by the developer to answer your questions, and that means two things: that people have been requesting it, have been asking about it, and that they consciously decided to add that question with that wording to appease people to saying it's not going to be in the beta, it's not going to be at least at the moment of the launch, but who knows in the future, and that's hopeful. I like that. I didn't know that, and now I'm even more excited for Overwatch.
I'm pretty sure it's coming. It's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming.
Almost certain that it's coming, but I don't think we're gonna see any big name embracing it until next year. I think 2017 is gonna be the year that we are gonna have cross-platform play with big names like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Overwatch and all this.
I think
games
that Rocket League and Overwatch will be the first games.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm certain that
Rocket
League it's definitely gonna be the first one.
I'm pretty sure Overwatch, because it's the multiplayer game of the moment, and I think it could be for the Blizzard guys. It could be a huge boost.
That's true.
On their servers, on their player base.
That's absolutely true.
I think it could be very, 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 very nice.
Yeah, I mean it's already a good boost to have. I mean your first new IP, your first new game after 15 years. That's a huge thing for Blizzard. And the movie and all this, it would be even a better boost if they do come out at E3 and say, you know what, Overwatch is going to be cross-network compatible this holidays. Stay tuned and drop the mic, and that's it. That's all they need.
That would be super cool. Super cool. I'm very, very excited about that. Super hyped about the prospect of cross-platform play.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely. And also, something that I think we should be kind of hyped and anticipating.
Okay.
Titanfall 2.
Oh, right.
So Titanfall 2 got a leak this week.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. So with this leak, there came a new poster.
Okay.
Some concept art that is supposed to be part of the game's cover art. It looks nice.
Okay.
It looks very, very cool.
Are there any swords in there?
Are there any what, sorry?
Sorry, swords? Like the ones they showed on the previous trailer? No?
Doesn't seem to.
I haven't seen it. So
It's just some dudes shooting, and there's a big titan just over there, and
Cool.
and a dude running on a wall, and and a big titan. So, but also with this concept art leak, some information was leaked as well.
Even better.
So the shooter sequel will introduce grappling hooks.
Okay.
And larger multiplayer maps.
That's great. That's nice.
According to that. And also it appears that they added a ton of new Titan abilities.
That's very cool.
So,
hopefully more Titans too. Because, 3 Titans total. It's a little bit still on the bare bone side. I would like to see more. But cool news. I like this. I think to this date, Titanfall has been the one game that feels the smoothest when it comes to jumping to the walls and wall running and transversing through different vertical levels and stuff. I don't understand how Respawn managed to do such a smooth looking game and such a smooth playing game whenever you wanted to go, like, for instance, to the third story window of a building. Mm-hmm. Somehow you managed to do it always at the first try. Somehow. I don't know how, I don't know why, but you were just able to do it because it was so easy to control. And that's still something that I struggle with, for instance, on Call of Duty games with the wall running. That's still a little clunky. Games like, I don't know, what other games have this wall running thing.
Mirror's Edge.
Maybe Mirror's Edge.
I don't know.
Call of Duty is the most recent example, and they struggled with it, and Respawn managed to do it on their first try, and they did it so great that it's still the best wall running experience that I have in a game to date, and that's very cool. And I want to see them go even further, adding the grappling hooks and whatnot.
Yeah,
I think that's a good addition. I think it's in good hands, the game with Respawn. I think Respawn is an amazing studio.
I'm very excited about what they can do. What lends credibility to this leak is that this image that was leaked matches a blurred image that is on Titanfall's 2 website.
Oh,
it matches perfectly.
Okay.
So
cool.
That's like, okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
I like how there's someone out there in the world that, he just grabs the image and then somehow puts it in front of the others and crops things and blurs things here and there, and magic of Photoshop happens, and now he's able to confirm this kind of things.
There's 7 billion people on the planet.
Yeah, some of them have to.
Someone with enough free time and enough love for Titanfall that can do this, definitely. Also, and the last thing about Titanfall 2, release date.
Oh, cool.
Leaked as well.
Nice.
And this is the weird thing. October.
Huh.
You know what's weird about that? Because EA is having another game on October, another game where you shoot.
Battlefield 1. That's right.
So 2 games, 2 shooters, by the same publisher on the same month.
On the same month.
Does it say
a specific
weird.
date?
No.
In a day? No.
No.
Yeah, that's odd. That's a little even cannibalistic in a way.
I don't know.
Interesting. I was almost certain that it was going to come out next year. That it was going to be delayed, and we'll...
Maybe it will eventually.
Right.
Maybe I don't think Battlefield 1. I don't think it will be delayed. I think that if they delay one game, that's going to be Titanfall.
Yeah,
definitely.
me too.
But I don't know. It's weird. But also a different question. Maybe this game is for different. Both games are for different audiences. Maybe, perhaps. I don't know.
Could be.
Could be, but they're shooters.
It's still
military shooters.
Yeah, it's still too similar to be found in the same month, and it's not just EA. I mean, there's gonna be some other publishers that's still gonna have some sort of shooter around that. I mean, Gears is in October.
Right.
In November we have Call of Duty, and I mean, there's so many shooters in this very compact time lapse that I wouldn't be surprised if they delayed Titanfall to somewhere like March. See it maybe around the time they release Recore for the Xbox, and being different enough games that they won't eat each other out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that could be it.
It's interesting, and I'm pretty sure that we will be getting more info at E3. At EA
absolutely
showing at E3.
EA Play.
This upcoming June 12th it was?
I don't know. I think the 13th, on Monday.
Let me check that out away. But it's a Monday. Yeah, it's Monday, June... Oh, come on, calendar!
I'm almost certain it's the 13th, I think.
Yeah,
Let's see if my cell phone is a little faster than your computer.
Yeah, because I have
Take that, Apple!
I have a shit ton of stuff open on my...
And your computer, it's
the oldest...
old,
it's the oldest thing that you can find right here. Oh, yeah. It's... I
don't even know where the calendar is.
It's 13th, yeah.
The 13th? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
June 13th, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, 12 it's Sunday.
It's Sunday, yeah. That's when Bethesda is having its conference and
June
whatnot.
13th. Yeah. Definitely. Oh, the weather forecast for our city right now says that it's windy outside.
Oh, that's
absolutely
right.
That's absolutely right. We saw that. And this is info for you guys.
Yeah,
if you want to know.
Fun facts from Chihuahua.
Cool, yeah. Okay, so another shooter game coming from a big publisher is called Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Oh,
this was
very exciting.
Ubisoft's big surprise.
Yeah,
big surprise at last E3 show. Last E3 show. So they released a new trailer for the game.
Nice.
It's a 2-minute trailer that depicts a 4-man Black Ops squad trekking across the world.
Nice.
And it shows a lot of footage from different locations, deserts, forests, swamps, mountains.
Cool.
A lot of stuff.
Nice.
It looks very visually looks very varied. Like, looks gorgeous, definitely.
Cool.
Looks very, very, very nice. Also, a lot of vehicles, including jeeps, motorbikes, speedboats, tanks, helicopters. Wow.
Nice. Yeah, I remember the reveal, and indeed was a very surprising thing. I was not expecting a Ghost Recon. I for some reason completely forgot about the franchise, and I remember, the previous Ghost Recons. They were very good games. They were very entertaining games. Tom Clancy's, it's still right the licensing thing. Very cool. I really like them.
It's a pretty cool brand.
Yeah, and I was very surprised to see it, and I'm very excited for it. I think it has the potential, at least, for being a very good game, and very interesting one. I think Homefront had the idea of being sort of like a Ghost Recon, and they failed at it, and they didn't do that well, at least not critics-wise.
Yeah.
Critically, yeah,
Critical.
That's the word I was looking for. At least not critically, but I think Ghost Recon has all the potential for being that, and I think that Ubisoft is a big enough and old enough studio or corporation to deliver a game like that. So yeah, I'm very excited for it.
They also revealed details of their special editions, which is a thing to announce before even the release date.
Apparently, exactly.
I mean, just a quick rundown. There's a deluxe edition that costs $70, which includes the standard edition and the digital deluxe pack. That includes a huntsman rifle and motorbike, 3 emblems, 3 weapon camos, 3 character customization items, and an XP booster. And I don't care about a single thing of those.
Yeah, exactly.
I miss the old times when special editions had stuff that you actually gave a shit about.
Yeah.
Like an art book, like a soundtrack. Yeah. Something cool, a poster.
Yeah.
But what is this?
Yeah, exactly. All that content is gonna die the moment you leave. You put the game down and forget it. Yeah. That's just gonna stay there.
Yeah.
An art book you can see on your library, or you can see.
And even then,
your book collection.
I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff can be unlocked in the game.
Of course, yeah.
An XP booster? This is what you're selling me? Really?
For $10?
That's a shame. Gold edition, $100.
Wow.
That includes the deluxe pack and the season pass content.
Okay.
Season passes. I hate those things, really. This gives players access to 2 major expansions as well as exclusive. What the hell? I'm so bugged out.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's
bugged
the
out.
afternoon, man. It's the hours.
And I'm kind of sleepy. I'm kind of tired. From the week. So, exclusive again, shit. Exclusive digital content that features equipment packs and exclusive vehicle and epic weapons.
Oh, watch out! Cool.
Also, collector's edition, and there are 3 of those.
Wow. Okay.
A standard one, $120.
And that's more than 100. Yeah, of course.
$120. A deluxe one, $120. And a collector's edition gold for $160.
Okay.
That includes the edition of your choice, which is either the standard, the deluxe, or the gold edition.
I would assume you would go for the better one.
With a Santa Muerte figurine.
Okay.
And collectible posters designed by Ken Taylor.
Okay, that's a little more interesting.
The figurine, that's something cool. Yeah. I like that. But $160 if you want everything.
Yeah, it's a little bit steep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for big fans of the game. But anyways, if you've been looking forward to this thing, it's this new info reveal for Ghost Recon, and if you want the Santa Muerte figurine, la figura coleccionable from Santa Muerte.
That's Spanish.
You can get the pre-order right now and have this game on release date.
Which we don't know when it is.
It seems to be set on the holiday season.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm kind of excited about the game. I'm waiting to see more. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be seeing more of this at E3 at Ubisoft's E3 showing.
Hopefully,
definitely. Yeah. So speaking of E3 and a company that is always present at E3, that isn't Nintendo, isn't Ubisoft, and isn't EA. That's
Square Enix?
Always Square Enix, Konami. Yeah. So Sony, this is I'm guessing we are gonna get on a bit of a rant on this one.
Oh
again.
man. Oh boy.
But Anyways, so Sony, PS4 Neo, PSVR.
Yeah.
Right? So, according to an anonymous industry insider, who seems to be
Mr. Secret,
who is a chief technical officer, a CTO working on a big company in the industry.
Mr. Secret, it's important.
This Mr. Secret is this Mr. Important Secret dude. He talked to Edge magazine, and according I'm so bugged out, man. It's Thursday afternoon. I just want to get home, play some Overwatch, and sleep. But according to him, and I'm quoting right here, PSVR was going to be terrible on a launch PS4. It was going to be truly awful. Something a bit more powerful starts to bring VR into range.
Okay.
If you want to deal with crazy requirements for performance in VR, you absolutely have to do this. And he is speaking about the PS4 Neo. So according to this dude, to this Mr. Secret Important dude, the PS4 Neo is the reason behind... I mean, the PSVR is the reason behind the PS4 Neo. So it's not clear whether this dude's use of the word was... Is he referring to the older console now that the PS Neo is a reality? Or does this refer to the problems that Sony had with getting the PSVR working on launch consoles before attaching to the PS
Neo
VR before attaching to the PSVR this extra hardware processor, right?
Yeah, of course.
We now know that the PSVR requires, I mean, it has includes
power,
an extra processing unit that connects to the USB port of the console. So we don't know if he's referring to this awful performance before this thing was a thing, before this processing unit was a reality, or if he's really talking about the launch PS4, or the base model of the PS4 and the processing unit. Because according to the press that has tested out the PSVR, the performance was excellent. Was good. Was pretty good. However, and that's a key thing, nobody really knows if they actually tested the thing on base PS4 models.
That's right. Yeah.
So, wow, this is.
It's a little.
It's complicated because it's all rumors.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a word of a guy that we don't know who
we
don't even know
who
what
he does, or
exactly.
I don't know. I it would make sense. I mean, in a way, not maybe I wouldn't go as far as to say that the PS Neo came around because of. Or well, maybe it makes sense. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know. I don't want to believe that it came to be because of the PS VR. Although it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because that would mean that PS base users and the people that bought the base PS4 are now even more screwed. Because if they want to play VR decently, they're gonna need to go and migrate to the PS4 Neo. Which is a bad thing. It's a very uncool thing. I think, I mean, if you already had, Neo games look better, might not have a different frame rate, but they do look better. It's gonna stream 4K video from providers that give you 4K, and now it's gonna have a better VR experience. Now these differences are just accumulating and turning the Neo into the real PS4, into the real whole complete machine that's capable of doing all these things, and the 40 million people that already bought the console are gonna be left behind. I mean, we already talked about this before, and it's still as worrisome as it was before, and still as maddening and anger-inducing as it was before. And now it's even better, and now it's even worse. Sorry.
You know what gives me a bit of calm is that Sony's been very, very good recently. In recent years, in delivering messages, in explaining what their products and their overall goal is about. They've done excellent with the PS4 launch and all their marketing and messaging and PR campaigns.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that at E3 we're gonna get some clear information on what this PS4 Neo is, what PSVR is, and all the things that we need to know about this processing unit. Is it required with the new PS4 Neo or not? What is the PS4 Neo? All the stuff.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that
Hopefully.
Sony is gonna get things set straight. But meanwhile, I'm worried.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna quote this guy, and this is something that both you and I'm pretty sure we absolutely disagree. And I'm pretty sure that you're gonna jump on your chair.
Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Okay.
So I'm quoting the same Mr. Important Secret
CTO
CTO.
guy, yeah.
As someone who does the technology for video games, somebody doubling my GPU and adding 30% CPU is brilliant. I've loved that every 2 years.
Oh, no, of course
I
not.
love it every 6 months if possible.
Of course not.
All I want is the most powerful hardware that I can get my hands on.
For someone that's a CTO, that's pretty stupid. I mean,
that doesn't make sense market-wise, I think so.
That doesn't make sense, period. I mean, people need to understand that consoles are not cell phones. Consoles are not mobile technology. They are entirely different markets, exactly. Yeah. The technology do advance as fast as this guy is saying. Things change, sometimes even radically, after 6 months, after a year. Things get obsolete so fast in this industry that it's ridiculous. But you cannot go under the assumption that updating your hardware every given amount of time, it's gonna bring with it all the people that originally made the investment for that technology in the first place. If you start segmenting your audience along a given period of time, you're gonna end up with a lot less customers than you originally had, and that's what they are not seeing. If you try to make a PS Neo and then a PS Neo Neo and then a PS 4.9, you're gonna end up with 40 million and two customers at the end.
That's a nightmare for developers as well.
Yeah, that's a nightmare for game developers too.
Yeah.
That's the point of consoles. You don't have to worry about having a lot of different hardwares in the market. In the market, everyone has the same base unit. Everyone has the same console. Everyone has the same specs. You don't need to develop for every one of them. You just have to develop for one, and then from there, everyone starts expanding from or upon. So this Mr. Important CEO guy, he does have a point. I kind of see what he wants to portray and he wants to say, but it's just wrong. It's a wrong idea. It's a wrong concept.
Yeah, I think that people are just trying to make the console market to bring it to the same level as the phone market. That's just plain stupid in my opinion. Because they're very different people, very different consumers. Because you make them robot, people change their phones. First of all, not everyone. Yeah. And what do you buy a phone for? People buy a phone for mainly three things, right? Calls. That's for calling.
That's the point.
That's for messaging people.
Yeah.
And for social media.
Yeah.
Those are the three big things that people use the phone. And also the camera stuff, Games, those are like the three, but those are the three main things. You don't buy a phone to play games. Yeah. Nobody does that. Yeah. That's an extra thing. And I can get a phone, a 5-year-old phone, 6-year-old phone, and run Facebook on it right now. Yeah. That's a possibility. Because the intended use of the phone is different. Right? The main app, the main software in a phone isn't a game. Yeah. It's a different thing. It's a totally different. It's a service, a different kind of service. A console, consoles have Netflix, YouTube, and all this shit. But what's the main app in your console? It's your games. It's your game. Yeah. The game that you're currently playing.
Of course.
And you buy a console to play games. And if you keep changing the platform and the system hardware-wise, then you just fragment your user base because now you just complicate things for both gamers and for publishers and developers. And I think that's a terrible idea. I don't agree with this dude at all. Yeah. And if Sony and Microsoft go this way, they're just gonna start burning out console players, console gamers a lot. Yeah. Because PC players do that, but it's the same thing. It's different. It's a different market.
These companies are so concerned about preventing the end of the console era that they're being the cause for it to happen in the first place. I mean, they want to make this iterative half measures, half steps of, PS4.5, Xbox 1.5, Xbox with upgradable hardware, PS4 Neo, PS4 with extra processing unit that goes in the USB port. All these things are gonna end up, causing consoles to not be reliable anymore, and consoles to be, again, half measures, and that's gonna be the cause of the end of consoles, because consoles are not whole anymore.
I don't think they will ever end. At least not in the foreseeable future. I can see them getting close to that, but I'm pretty sure that someone in this industry is gonna get the clue right away and just go back to this business model that has always worked. It could be Nintendo even. And just go back to this old business model that works.
Maybe.
And this is your console for 6-7 years, just one platform. Have fun, guys. And I hope that happens in a way, because I don't like the idea of having to pay $400 every year, 2 years for a console. I want to play games.
Yeah.
I want to buy games, not hardware. I don't want more plastic boxes sitting below my TV.
Yeah, of course.
I don't like that idea.
I agree.
I just want them to get this thing clear from us gamers. And also I think that many people are not realizing that for the most part console gamers don't really care about 4K graphics, about but my game has more shades of grass than yours. I don't give a crap if my Witcher 3 on my PS4 has more shades of grass than your Witcher 3 on your Xbox One. I don't care. It's the same fucking game. It's the same damn game. It looks good on both platforms.
Right, yeah.
For the most part, console gamers don't care about that. Do you really think that the PS4 is selling more than the Xbox One because it's more powerful? Of course not. The PS4 is selling more because they got their messaging right.
Yeah.
And you get the ball rolling. And now, I want to get a console. Oh, but the PS4 sold more, so all of my friends got a PS4. Now, guess which console I'm more likely to buy?
Yeah.
A PS4, because all my friends got one, right? Yeah. And that's just the thing. Most people... Do you think that people that only play Call of Duty and FIFA, do you really think they give a crap if their piece of hardware just plays games on 1080p and the other one does a 900p? They don't even know the difference.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to. They do care because they think they know. They do care because everybody else has told them that, PS4, it's more powerful than the Xbox One. Yeah. You can see it here. Look at that. It's 900p
and they don't see the difference.
1080p. Yeah. And they think they see it. They go around in YouTube and rant about it in the comments and say it like, you know what? Yeah, that's true. I can see it. But if you put someone in a room with two TVs and then put the same game on different platforms, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. No one can.
Actually, GameSpot did a video, I think it was a year ago, where they did an experiment and they had a PS4, an Xbox One, and a PC hooked up to three TVs, same model, same size, same everything on the room. And they had the Xbox One, the PS4, and a powerful PC, a beastly PC covered up. And they had Far Cry 4 running on the three platforms, and they covered on the screen. They put some tapes,
of course,
the bottom prompts, right? Mm-hmm. And they used a solution. They used something to make a PS4 controller work on an Xbox One, or vice versa. I don't know.
Right.
They did something
some sort of
so that you
trick.
couldn't know by the controller which version you play. And they did a test with many people, and even gaming journalists and gamers and many people to see if they could spot the difference. Yeah. If they could tell between the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, guess what? Nobody could.
Yeah.
Not even between the PC and the PS4 and Xbox One. Even though the resolution was different, they couldn't tell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not to say there is no difference. There is. Absolutely. Yeah, there's difference in resolution, difference in detail. But the human eye can only go so far. Yeah. And when you're experiencing an entertainment piece, an entertainment whatever, movie, game, you're not focused on
that.
Whether or not, as you said, there's more shades of grass. There's, the shadows are darker in a game than in the other. There's more, there's more dust going around. You don't see that. You only see the experience. And if you know what to look for, you might spot something. But when you're playing, playing, you don't care about it. You don't see it because you're not looking for it.
They had a dude that was like the hardware professional on a GameSpot. The dude that does all these PC reviews and all these graphics cards comparisons and stuff.
Right.
This big dude, and he couldn't tell the difference. Yeah. He couldn't tell the difference. He lost. And then they had one of the last experiments was they had the same. I think it was either the Xbox One and the PS4, the same, 3 of them, the same one. And they asked them which one is PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and they were the same.
Yeah.
And people were like, that one looks better. That looks better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely PC.
It's all a mind trick.
And they just pull up the curtain.
It's the same thing.
The same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, and people need to realize that we as gamers, we don't care about that. I don't care if Quantum Break would look better on a PS4 if it wasn't a PS4. I had a good time with the game. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's freaking it. I don't care if I'm playing The Witcher 3 when I played that one, and I love that. And I'm not regretting playing the game on a PS4 rather than on a beastly PC. I don't care if I can play that on 4K.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't give a crap if I can play that at 60 FPS, 2K resolution. I don't care. I just want to have fun and enjoy my time with the game, even if it's 30 frames and 1080p that maybe stumbles with. I don't care. It's just, let me have fun, right?
Right.
And I know, and this also goes with our last news story, just to grab the show on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
There's some rumors that came with this thing.
Oh boy.
I think you know more about this. About this.
Yeah.
The Xbox One Scorpio.
It's several things, in fact.
Okay.
I don't know when exactly. Someone, or if it was a conglomerate of people and of things, they amassed a couple of things that are supposedly, allegedly going to be being showed at E3.
Okay.
They are all hardware related, and there are some of them which are cool. There are some of them which are terrible, and there are bad at least, and there are some of them which just are like third-party things and nothing really that important. The unimportant one, let's start with the good one, I guess, and finish with the bad one, which is the one that's going to take a lot of time to explain and rant about. First, the Xbox One Slim. It's almost confirmed to be a reality, which it's a long time coming. I don't really.
Slim Xbox One. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's a normal thing to happen with consoles, right?
Yeah.
They get smaller, they get cheaper, and they get more thingies into them. The one thing about this one is that it has, I think, a 2 terabyte hard drive, which is
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. This is supposition. This is not supposition. This is a rumor. Sorry.
Rumor. Yeah.
2 terabyte console, smaller, and I think it was not clear to me if the price cut was for it or for the regular model. But there's gonna be some price difference with them, which is cool. I mean, a slim version of the Xbox One, okay, as long as it's the same console, I don't really mind.
Like the 360 did, like the PS3 did.
Yeah, exactly. Like all the other consoles in history have done.
Yeah.
Then the neutral thing, they want to bring streaming devices, something like what Roku is, or like Google, the Chromecast is, for you to stream content from your PC to your TV or vice versa. That's branded Xbox for some reason, but I guess you could stream your games maybe from one console to another. I'm not entirely certain how it would work, but the general concept is that you have your PC or your cell phone and you want to stream something to your TV. You do it through your Microsoft branded streaming device, or Xbox branded streaming device, which is cool, but has nothing really.
Sort of an Apple TV, but from Microsoft.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they are using the Xbox brand to push it. Push it, exactly.
Okay.
Which it has not that much to do with gaming, but it has the Xbox brand in it, so I guess. And now the third thing, that's the one we really want to talk about. It's exactly that, the Xbox One Scorpio, which it's a codename Scorpio, which is a very cool sounding name.
That's a better name than Xbox One.
Yeah.
Xbox Scorpio.
That was my first thought too. Scorpio, it's a cool name, but it seems to be something. It seems to be the answer for Neo. It seems to be what Xbox is aiming to. It's the Xbox 1.5. rumors are vague, but the one thing that seems to repeat itself in every source is that it's going to have a 6 teraflops clock speed, which is a lot of clock speed. And the PS4 has 4 teraflops, which is...
The PS4 Neo.
Neo, has 4 teraflops. And this has a little more power. And that's all that's like confirmed about this rumor, if it's even true. Mm-hmm. But this is... Again, so bothering and so annoying because
this is super stupid.
We were already talking positive things about Phil saying they're not going to go that route. They're not going to make iterative hardware. They're not going to do all this. And we already ranted about PS4 Neo. And this is the exact same thing. If this happens to be true, then Microsoft is going the rabbit hole again. And it's going a wrong route by doing the same thing the PS4 wants to do. I don't understand why they want to force this half-assed better consoles just to push the 4K streaming, the little bit better games, and then alienating all the other customers that already have the console as it is. I want to believe. I want to be positive, and I want to believe that this is not an Xbox One, that this is just an Xbox, and that this is the next generation of Xbox. That's what I want to believe. Because the rumored release date is late 2017, which I could stretch to almost 2018, and 2018 would be 5 years of the console coming out. So
that's really a new console rather than a new.
Yeah, exactly. Half a decade. It's long enough. The original console, the original Xbox had 3 years to exist before the 360 came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
3 or 4?
I think it was 4.
I think it's 2001 when it came out, and then 2005 came the 360. Years. 4 years. So it wouldn't be unheard of to see a new generation this quick. And that's what I want to believe. I want to believe that they are moving ahead into a new generation. And that would make sense. 6 teraflops, a much stronger GPU, a much stronger CPU, and make this an entirely new step, an entirely new league, and differentiate yourself from the Xbox One. And that would make sense. That's what I would want. But at the same time, I think it's not the case. I think this is just the answer to Neo, and I think this is just going to be a half-assed Xbox that's a little better, but not entirely better, and it's just going to be a mistake.
2 things that I got to say about this, and that's all I'm going to say because I'm so pissed. First one is, do you realize how stupid it is that we are getting into an arms race?
With stupidity? Yeah.
It's stupid. Both Sony and Microsoft they seem to be getting into an arms race to see who's is bigger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's super stupid.
Yeah.
That's yeah. That doesn't make any sense. That's just idiot. Why would you go into an arms race? When in history has that ever gone right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When?
Absolutely.
That never goes right. That's super stupid. Second, Microsoft and Phil, we love you, but come on, dude. Your answer, the Microsoft answer to the PS4 Neo isn't a more powerful console. It's games.
Yeah.
Just why should you divide as well your user base? Just use the resources and get games.
Which is even more stupid because their user base is even smaller. I mean, it's even more dangerous if you part them.
Yeah, just get us games.
Yeah,
get us better games on the Xbox One. Get us better games than Sony's doing on the PlayStation. Get us rarer working on Sea of Thieves, and get us a new Conquer game from a new different studio. Maybe get us
a new
Fable game. Yeah. A Fable 4. Get us new properties like Recore. Like get us new stuff. That's what you need.
Yeah, which you are already doing. Just keep doing it. And just
more.
Give more. Exactly.
Just get more of that.
Exactly.
Lower your price on the console, maybe more, and just try to get this platform on more homes. Just one base console and get a lot of content that you cannot get anywhere else. That's the only thing you need to do, man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, because as it seems now, it seems like they're testing the waters. They're waiting for Neo to come out, see how people react to it, see how it does. And if it does good, then this is their answer. Yeah. This is, you know what? Okay, people seem to like more, better, powerful hardware. Let's give them that. And if it doesn't do good, then they still have, enough time to say, oh, you know what? It wasn't a new Xbox. It was just a new, some prototype that we were working on or something like that. Still, the fact that it exists, if it exists, we don't know if it exists. But if the fact that, there's so many people confirming its existence, it's worrisome enough because exactly, it's a competition to see who's is bigger between Sony and Microsoft. And if they start, competing each other in this path, and the path is wrong, they are going to end up in the same, end result, which is most likely people, being divided, people not happy, anger because it's too many consoles. It's confusing for people that want to buy it. It's confusing for people that already have the consoles and are not able to play the games that the other console can't. I mean, it's just going to be a mess. And they got to see this before it gets there, because if not, then they don't have the bank accounts that Nintendo has to make mistake over mistake over mistake and still come out on top. They are, especially Sony. Sony is still struggling with bankruptcy, with all the other divisions being on a, not doing well, the mobile division, the TV division. It's PlayStation is the one thing that's keeping them afloat. And Microsoft, maybe not. Maybe Microsoft, it's a little bit more at ease, but it's not the first time people have talked about, within Microsoft, about, just getting rid of the Xbox division, which is not really making them much money, if making them any money at all. So they really have to be wary about where they walk with this. They have to be wary about where they want this console direction to go, because if they mess up, Sony's going to end up without PS4 division, and then Microsoft is going to end up selling the Xbox division to somewhere else. So I would just tread lightly.
I kind of get Nintendo now in what they said previously about just an iteration of new hardware that is just more powerful, that's boring. And that's how I feel about the Xbox Scorpio and the PS4 Neo. They bore me. Just the concept of those, I feel uninterested at all.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know if uninterested would be the way I would describe it. It's stupid. It's a very dumb idea. But I understand some of it. I mean, I do see why you're struggling to keep up with the tide. There's pressure of people, of investors, of developers. You're maxed out. Your resolution capability with your hardware is obsolete and dead on arrival, and all this gets to them, and they might want to answer to it and save what they can of the Xbox One and the PS4 brands before they turn completely obsolete. But again, my answer to them, and I said it before, and I said it for both Sony and now for Microsoft, is the answer is not a half-assed console. It's not a slightly better version of the current console. It's a new console. It's a new generation altogether. You want to make, your box relevant for more time? Then from the get-go, you design your box to be much more powerful than, anything else on the market. And yeah, you're going to eat the dirt on your first year, your first 2 years. You're going to be, selling at a loss, every single console. But then technology is going to cut up, and, what was expensive, it's not going to be expensive anymore to produce. And you're going to start making money with the consoles at the third year, the fourth year. And it's still going to, your consoles are still going to be relevant. And that's what you want. And you're going to have more time to develop. You're going to be able to bring more games into your consoles. You're going to be able to, make money from the games, not from the consoles, and innovate in one or two ways in that time span. That's why I'm saying that I want this Xbox Scorpio thing to be a new console, to be prototype for
generation.
Exactly, for the for the 9th generation. It might be soon for some. It might be a little time for 5 years is not that much. 4 years is not that long. But if that's the answer, if they want to do a 6 teraflop console with clock speed and a freaking Titan GPU, NVIDIA based whatever, or a monster CPU with 16 cores or something, then okay, do it. Do it and make your console be relevant for more time. But don't give us this same console, slightly better crap that it's not going to solve the problem. It's just a patch. And, 2 years from now, Neo and Scorpio are going to be as obsolete as the One and PS4 are right now.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, you just said it, definitely. Definitely, and it's a patch that costs you as a user a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no need for you to buy that. Absolutely no need. Oh man. Let's end the show, which is a show of celebration, by the way.
Yeah.
Again, with a higher note, right?
Good.
So games and stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Coming out these days and week. We have two smaller things. We have Hitman's newest episode.
Oh, the newest
called
episode.
Marrakesh.
Okay.
Coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Right. If you already had all the, you bought the game for $60, you are entitled to this episode. So download them.
Dead Island Definitive Edition coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Nice. Dead Island. I never played them, but they seem to be fun games to play.
Yeah, definitely. The game has its following.
Yeah.
And the big one.
Oh.
The big one.
What's there in store?
You have no idea?
No.
Really?
I don't
really?
Bro. I do know, but I
Bruh.
no.
Come on.
What's that sound?
Come on.
Late what? Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, it's not a game.
But it's
almost a game.
It's a game.
It's as big as a game, of course.
It's as big as a game and better than most games out there.
Yeah, it has to do with the stuff you've got circling inside your body. And
and the stuff that you put inside your body every Friday and Saturday and sometimes Sundays.
Some crazy people out there.
And wine.
Yes.
The latest, newest, last, and ultimate Witcher 3 expansion.
Yeah.
Blood and Wine coming May 31st, which is Tuesday, for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped for that.
This is great.
I'm even gonna put down Overwatch for a bit to play that thing. I'm just so pumped for that thing. And wow,
it's the biggest expansion so far. I even heard that they pumped up the visuals of the game a little, which is okay. I like it. Bring it on.
They increased the amount of foliage of plants on the game. I don't know how. They also improved performance, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, good on you, CD Projekt Red. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was necessary.
I find it hard to believe that game can look any better.
It looks super good,
yeah.
And now it's looking better. And they've been pumping out some trailers for Blood and Wine recently. A bit longer trailers of Tucson.
I haven't seen them.
The region, they look very nice.
Okay.
They showcase a lot of what makes this region unique visual wise.
Okay.
Because it looks a lot of a blend between fantasy and reality. Well, the entire Witcher series is fantasy, right? But this new region looks more like taken out of a fairy tale.
Okay.
In many, many ways. And just the colors of it. And the people. And everything just looks very fantasy-wise. Like very...
Right. More vibrant, more...
taking straight out from a Disney book.
Cool.
A Disney animation. It looks so beautiful. So nice. And also this region, the main city in this region is constructed on top or right in the middle of some elven ruins.
Oh,
which make it look more fantasy.
Cool.
More fantastic and more beautiful. It just looks so beautiful, man.
Nice.
And I'm just super pumped for this. And I mean, just the fact that the main story of this expansion, just the main story, takes somewhere between 20 and 30 hours.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Wow. And I heard, I think it was a GameSpot, I think, that
Even
there
more,
were like 90 or 100 quests on this.
Oh, okay. Side quests on top of what, you...
I don't know, but just, I heard, I remember it said quests.
Okay.
But 90, 100, and from 90 to 100 is such a lot.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped for this. So that's May 31st, and I can't wait!
Yeah. Very exciting. Yeah. Very, very exciting.
Absolutely. So, to wrap up the show before we can go to play some games, some more games. Woo. What have we been playing recently?
What have we been playing? Well, I played Overwatch ever since I got it till now. I've been playing like crazy. Very excited for that game. Very, very excited. It's an amazing game. It's a very fun game to play. Mm-hmm. I played some... No, I think that's all I've played, really.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, only Overwatch, and I don't regret it. I've had an amazing time with it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What about you?
I played Alan Wake. I finished Alan Wake.
Cool.
And it's 2 expansions, The Signal and The Rider. The Rider. Excellent game. It's so totally good. I mean, it has its flaws definitely, but it's a very interesting ride.
Yeah,
I had a good time with it.
Cool.
Scared the crap out of me several times.
Yes.
But the ambience and the environment design of that game is superb. It's excellent.
Yeah, very different from what you got on Quantum Break, right? It's you can see the same roots in terms of storytelling and whatnot, but the ambience, the horror setting against the action setting.
The setting is different, a very different setting, but both games go for an environment design that tries to put you in this sort of world that is breaking apart in a different way. Both games, right? So different games, different experiences. Love both of them.
Yeah.
And I played that. And I played a game that I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you just saw me playing that on the Xbox One, but it's a game
I saw you. Yeah.
But it's a game that's a very different thing. I played quite a bit of Project Spark.
Yeah, I saw you playing it a couple times, and how was it?
I decided to try it out because it's been shutting down.
Yeah.
And I played some community games.
Okay.
And I played 2 episodic adventures that I think are made by the team behind the game, the team Dakota, which is the developers of the game.
Yeah.
I think those are made by them.
Okay.
I played one called The Dark Void or Legacy Void, I don't know, something around that, which is kind of the story behind the story that justifies in a way Project Spark, because there's this spark that creates stuff. I played that thing.
Okay.
And I played Conker's Big Reunion.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Also.
The Conker game.
And I had fun with it. I had fun with everything in there.
Cool.
It isn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it isn't that excellent. There are issues with it, a lot of them. Especially the frame rate, man. It's on everything I played was so bad.
Terrible.
Sadly. It dipped below 20 many times.
Wow.
And that's rough, right? But also, and the thing that I want to highlight is that the game, especially the Void episodic adventure, the Dark Void Legacy one, I forgot the name. That one, it's brought to me several times back to the classic 3D platformer era back on the N64 PS1 era. And there was one time when I was playing that, like, immediately a game that one game jumped to my mind, and that game is Rayman 2.
Oh, cool!
And
nice.
That game, I don't know if you played it.
Yeah, of course I played
it. That game is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game so much. And there was one time playing through that where I thought of Rayman 2. It reminded me of Rayman 2, and that's a super good thing.
Yeah, of course.
It isn't as good, anywhere near as good, but it reminded me. Like, I saw how Project Spark or a game made in Project Spark could get to that sort of vibe, that sort of feeling of Rayman 2, of Banjo-Kazooie, of classic Conker, and I like that. I had fun with it.
Nice.
I think that if you are a 3D platformer lover, I think you should check out at least some of the highest rated games on it, because it has a good system. Like, you can see which are the highest rated games from the last 3 days of all time.
Oh, okay.
The special selected ones. There are a lot of different options, a different playlists, and you can get a lot.
There's a good variety and quantity of games.
Yeah, most of them seem to be third-person action games, third-person platformer and action games. Most of them, but there are also racing games.
Huh. Interesting.
And a lot of the different stuff in there. So I guess it's free, so I think it doesn't hurt in trying some of the stuff in there. Yeah.
I think unless you haven't downloaded it by now, because I think it's no longer available for download.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the part of the shutting down part was,
Wasn't that until August? I heard somewhere else that it's been shutting. It was going to be shutting down on August.
I think that's the general one. Like, that's
the servers.
Like, the servers are gonna shut down, and you're not gonna be able to play it whether you have it or not. But I think from the day of the announcement on, you were not able to download it anymore.
Oh, wow!
I could be wrong. I mean, if you guys don't have it yet, try and see if you can download it, and if you can, try it out. But I'm almost certain that you cannot download it anymore. Yeah, so it's only us lucky few that did download it on.
Did you download it?
Yeah, I downloaded it a long time ago.
I think you should check out, I don't know, at least some few games and see how you like them, you like them. At least the episodic adventures, I think. And the game, the art style of the visual editor of the game looks super nice.
Cool.
Like, the game The art direction is super, super beautiful. I love how it looks. The frame rate, though,
I understand you.
Super awful.
I see what you mean.
It's very, very bad. But the game looks nice, and I think it kind of deserves to be it deserves to be played. Maybe you can find a hidden gem in there and have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, and I mean, the concept was a very interesting one, and Dakota made a good job with it, and it's sad that it didn't work out, it didn't pan out.
And I unlocked an achievement that gave me a background for my console with Conquer. And
oh, nice. So you're gonna customize it.
It looks so nice. It's
cool.
It's just a white background with Conquer, and a big Conquer.
Right.
And I'm a big Conquer fan.
Yeah.
I love Conquer.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And the Conquer episodic adventure sort of tries to recapture the magic of Conquer. It doesn't manage to get close to that. But at times you could see sort of the direction they try to go.
Right.
They tried. But it's a very difficult it's a very difficult sense of humor to replicate.
Right.
To get it right. So
yeah.
I applaud them for even trying to do that, because it's a big risk, definitely. So yeah, check that out if you have the game. If you didn't download it, check if you can do that by now.
Yeah.
So I think it deserves to be at least tried out and played.
Yeah.
And that's it for this week's episode. We, as always, ran over time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this special show where we're celebrating Guillermo's graduation, now an engineer.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for watching on YouTube or listening on iTunes or tune in Truth and Lasso Tech. If you enjoyed your time with us, please like the video, guys, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Gaming Frontier on
YouTube.
On the YouTubes.
Yes.
Share it with your friends if you like it, and we appreciate all your support very, 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 very much.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for your support, for watching, for liking, for subscribing. Send us your everything, your comments and everything our way.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here this episode, and make sure to be here next week for the 18th episode of the Gaming Frontier podcast. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. No, next week's episode 18th?
Yeah.
Did you say? Oh,
18th?
I thought you said 15. I don't know.
18th.
18th, yeah. You can always reach us on Twitter at _Gaming Frontier, and on Facebook at Gaming Frontier at facebook.com/Gaming Frontier Entertainment. If you have any questions at all that you like us to answer on the show, or you want to ask us personally, you can always reach us on the email gamingfrontier.contact @gmail.com. We'd like to thank Tecnológico de Monterrey and Mr. Isaac Estrella for making this possible, as every week. Head over to our channel on YouTube to watch more gaming content published regularly. There's already some new videos in there. A review for Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U, which I like a lot as a co-op experience. Also some stuff with Overwatch, some cool plays with Widowmaker on Overwatch. Widowmaker, and Quantum Break review, which we just talked about it. So there's more. There's new content, and there's more content coming your way on that channel. You can check it out.
Right.
Thank you so much, guys. We are leaving you because we're gonna be playing some Black Ops Zombies.
That's right.
And some Overwatch and some Rocket League. And right now, let's get out of here right now. That's a lot, and remember, always keep playing, guys.
Check this review. Check it. It's gonna be at the end. See you guys next week.